Nostalgia, huh, Sigmas? Big Yeller Underground Sigma. Big Hawk 2-0.
That's a bad timing.
Wait, there's 2 people watching. Uh-oh. Help! What do I do? Brother, call him on your phone. Hello, Sigma. Who is this? I'll be... So, alright. Sigma Riskadoo. Who is watching right now? Who is watching? Vote on the poll so I know. If your name is Freezewell, click yes. If you are one of my friends, also click yes. If you are not, oh.
How do you do this thing now, right?
Hawk tuba and a hawk tuba and a hawk fortress. Hawk fart.
Brother, the other person left.
Yeah, I know. Tomat. Boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Ding, Sigma, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Stick up there, think you're against the boy. Sigma, Shaders for some reason make Minecraft feel nostalgic, and some shaders they make it feel like it did when you were younger. Like it just looks. Put the phone down. Put the cat out there. The cat. Just for my safety. Guys, he's holding a bomb on that phone, clearly.
No, Ramirez, no!
Ramirez? Bro, why is Ramirez? Ramirez. No, not Ramirez. Behind you, behind you, behind you, behind you. We bring the goon. That's what we bring. We bring the goon, the goon, the goon. bro's about to slap me in the face. Ah, why'd you do that? Ow! Ow! Hey, that hurt. Ow! Okay, I deserve that. Wait. Okay. I deserve that. Okay. Ow! Hey, that hurt. Yayat, yayat, a little butterfly, big and strong. Ay, 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 a little butterfly. Put the hawk down. This is for my team.
All of you freaks killed Ramirez.
Skip Diddy. Well, you're a real brave sheep heading towards me with such notion. Oh, it's a skippy taxation. No phantom grong, see Riz tax. Well, Riz, you're elk cat. Riz, skip biting. Ramirez! No! Oh, not Ramirez. No. Put the hawk down. Put the hawk down. This is for my dog. Put the hawk down. This is for my. We left the coffin dance like years ago. I remember it vividly. Unfortunately, goon this or that. Which one should I goon?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's really close. Let's be extra duke while doing it to make sure we don't skip it in my okay?
Duke my goody, Sigma, Rizzy, skip, skippity, toilet, Riz. Ow. Hey, that hurt. Ah!
The other one I deserved. No. Hey, that really hurt.
Goon my W, Sigma, attack. Wait, I have all this wool and nothing to do with it. I just want to make some carpet. Hawk my skibby, Riz, hawk, up on the cat, Sigma, my hockey, Rizzy, put the hawk down. This is for my dog. Put the hawk down. That is not for Ramirez. Put the hawk down. For my safety. Wind yacht, Riz apart. Sigma, my skippity, Riz. Super skibbity mode. How did I not have enough wool for that? That's crazy. And you know what else is crazy? Did I have any extra glass or did I use it all perfectly? I mean, I had some extra. Right? Oh well. Oh hey, there's 2 people. Or 1 person. What's up? How's it going? Just playing Minecraft right now. So. Let's see. Oh hey, I do have more carpet as it turns out. Right. Oh, not enough. Apparently. So many sheep. Time for more. Yay. Play some trees. Behind you! Oh, now I have this ugly hole near my beautiful home. Close the door, would you? Oh, let's see. Any sheep? Now when I suddenly don't need any sheep. I do need sheep. That's what I thought. Oh, you're lucky. You're a lucky sheep. Sorry, Ruben. That's right, Piggy. That's what you get for existing, Ruben. Well, I don't give a that's fine. What? What? Oh. Ganja. Oh, hey, there's my house. Oh, oh! Ah, Mr. Claxton. Water clutch!
Band kid becomes citizen. I don't become a band kid.
Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they race for
I
you?
don't think so. That's too much.
Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad job, what you gonna do? I thought that map was pretty neat.
What was?
Colonial America.
What did it do?
Huh?
Should I go Milton, Middletown, Richmond, or Norfolk? Or is already at Norfolk?
Bad job, what you
Hello?
gonna do?
What's happening?
Come for you. Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad job, what you gonna do? Huh? Oh, people can usually hear you. Yeah, so it's on. I don't know why it was off that one time, but bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come? Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad job, what you gonna do?
Bro, what is so fun about this? Literally no one's here. What is so fun about Colonial America?
I don't know.
It's like not here. I guess I'll become a band kid then.
When I think of colonial America, I think of it as like constantly in the 60s and like just very nice temperature. There's always like a soft breeze.
I thought Colonial America was 60s.
You feel free.
Like 1700s again.
Yeah.
You said 60s though. Like,
Yeah,
like-
60s like temperature.
Oh.
Like I just feel like it's always nice and cool, you know? It's like in the 70s. Bad job,
Really gotta think about it yet.
Well, I mean, in the winter it got pretty cold. Also, no climate change. There's very little climate change. Looty perfect. You know what's crazy? Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Dodge this. Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come?
Thanks to the Jocks.
Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Bad job, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they job for you? Bad job, what you gonna do?
You understand not to, guys? We can't.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
I know how to fire this thing.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Bad job. Gonna do when they job.
Whoa, hey.
to what we actually have to get a hooked off of the huts. What? Stop! Stop! I'm with the science team. Stop! Ah! Ah! I'm with the science team. Stop it. Stop! Ah! Goon! I'm with the Goonie team. Ah! What is it? What could flower? What could it be called? Bad job, bad job. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah? I don't know, brother. Alright, guys, I gotta take a massive poo. Hold on. I'll be right back. It won't take that long. Taking a poo. BRB. Right. Sorry, guys. Here, I'll leave you, you wanna watch, what are we watching? While I take a massive poo, let's watch, Joe Bart. Joe Bart. Credits to Joe Bart. Credits to Joe Bart. Alright, here, look at this Joe Bart video while we wait for me to get back.
Alright, next. I'm pretty excited for this video. I hope it's not a lot of Mark Rober technical explanation. I hope it's a lot of experimentation here.
Sea nugs are the favorite food of an incredibly intelligent crow, but they're being defended by this bird cage. Because if she wants to gain access to the nugs, she'll need to first solve the 9 increasingly difficult puzzles I designed to protect them. This crow...
A crow's gonna solve
Alright,
puzzles. I know crows are smart enough to understand the idea of water displacement. If they have like food, if they have water in a container or a cylinder that they can't drink out of, they can grab, a lot of birds can do this. They can grab rocks and drop them in the water to raise the water level to drink from it. Like, they're smart. They're way smarter than people give them for, or give them credit.
So challenging, in fact, for comparison, I had some young humans also attempt to solve the exact same puzzles with
Wow, if like 8-year-olds get beat by a crow, that's crazy.
fascinating results.
Whoa.
But just like with my backyard squirrels, I will admit that in hindsight, I completely underestimated my adversary. Now, Juicy Nugs might seem like an odd choice, but if you look closely, you could spot the exact moment my personal vendetta against the crows started about a year ago. Did you catch it? I'll play it back. But this time, watch right here.
I saw the crow.
The crows had figured out I DoorDash food to my porch on an embarrassingly regular basis. So when a car rolled up to my house and a
Do they steal his food before he gets it?
person got out, it meant dinner was served. And this continued on for nearly every delivery, until it all came to a head one day when they once again decided to go for my nugs.
No way.
What?
Bro, imagine watching on your Ring camera. You're like, what the fuck?
But this time, instead of giving up like a quitter, I reordered my food because I was really angry and hungry. And this is when I realized I was in over my head. Because I was no longer just having my food stolen by a crow, I was being bullied by a crow. As he just knocks
Yeah, it's not even eating the food. It just ruined his drink.
over my drink and flies off. In fact, I'm no crow translator, but if you play that back at double speed, that's a bully's laugh if I've ever heard it.
Are you serious?
And the true irony here is of the 8 billion people on the planet, mine was quite possibly the worst porch for them to be stealing from. Because I spent the better part of 7 years seeking revenge on a different species that was stealing from my porch. In the form of fake packages.
He was always way too light on that shit for the gift wrapping. Oh, that's why he's doing this video, because it was the last, like, gift bomb thing that he did. He should have put some actual shit in there. Like, actually put, like, human feces just filling the box to the top. And then have the box just collapse in on itself. Oh, my God, what a good idea. Mark Rober, hear me out. You get a very large amount, not of cow shit. You need, like, dog poop. Something that's not a lot of grass. Something that's really gross, like pig poop, pig shit. Get a lot of that. Cram it in a fucking box, right? Seal it up, make it cardboard, make it feel like a heavy box that's full of something valuable. They bring it into their car, make the box combust in on itself, and now there's poop everywhere.
It's a fart spray.
Oh. All right.
And so with this
Oh my God, I forgot about those videos. I loved watching those every year. They would get somebody in a car and they'd be holding the box. It would go, you just start going, and they just keep yakking.
I want to know if I was really being targeted here. Like, actually, how smart is a crow? And after even a minimal amount of research, it turns out really, really smart. From playing an instrument, to understanding and manipulating human objects, to straight up psychological warfare, where you see this crow here wants some water, but the big bad vulture is currently being a water hog. So he sneaks up behind him and plucks out a feather, literally framing the poor other vulture who gets chased off.
No! What? Bro, oh my God, do you think they could like understand us or some shit? Can crows like, bro, even if they can't speak, if it's smart enough to do that, it's got to have the intelligence of like an 8-year-old. Like, easily.
Big bad vulture is currently being a
They can understand humans?
water hog. So he sneaks up behind him and plucks out a feather, literally framing the poor other vulture who gets chased off as this genius instigator gets what he wants. So to fully
That is so fucking smart.
test the theory I was deliberately being picked on by all my neighborhood crows, I found a crow named Cheryl at a bird rescue sanctuary to represent their species as I tested the limits of their intelligence. And like any good scientist would, we started off with the first step of the scientific method, by just observing her with some cameras we placed in her enclosure. It was really interesting to see how her curiosity would drive her to figure out clever ways to interact with the objects in her.
I'm done taking a massive poo. Well, I should have been, but the door's locked, so. Bad job, bad job. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad job, bad job. What you gonna do? Bad job, bad job. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they count for you? Oh, there's a bee in my house! Get out! Oh, Shelves. Bad job, bad job. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad job, bad job.
Howdy, so I'm like a pulsing action that this thing of garbage gets me nothing done. Yes. No, my weapon. There you go.
Behind you.
Does anyone care to duel me? Do you care to?
No stick.
Did someone duel me? Like actually though?
Oh my god, there's a fly on my screen. Get off!
Hey, can I? Hey man, you want a BB gun? Yeah, I do. I know how to use it. I know how to use it. Come
Bro,
on,
this
do it.
dang fly! Get out of my room!
I'm out. If you want to know how to use the rifle.
Let's see.
I think I just killed the wrong guy. Hey, sir, can I get a collection? Thank you. So does anyone want to? Are we gonna duel like the max of 20 persons? Maybe?
Lou! Lou! Lou!
On sides, orbital sides. Yes, okay. You're trying to shoot random people, buddy. I'm the guardian of this place. You try and shoot anyone with those irons of yours, that
hello whoever's watching. This is my house. It's very pretty. It's a bit off balance, but I think it looks nice enough. I mean, I've never really made good houses, so. But this is probably like the best one I've done without a tutorial. Here we've got one bed. I'm planning on adding more down there and up here, but this is how it is so far. Here we are. Cozy. Yeah, I'm trying to make this like very cozy. Let's see, I'm Fred. I need a cow. Okay. Nope, I'm gonna have to kill a cow. Hopefully it gives me a tide. Hey, cow. Sweet. I only need one more of what I'm trying to do. I have plenty of meat.
her environment, occasionally motivated
No, my God, she's bored, so she's messing with the weights.
by a strategically placed tree. It became clear she had a few favorite objects she loved to play with, like this wooden ball, as she demonstrated a surprisingly deep understanding of cause and effect. So after a couple months of observation and study, a plan had now formed to test their species with a 9-part escape room gauntlet.
Wow, if they had opposable thumbs, we'd have a warfare on our hands. We would have a genuine problem here. If they had if they were able to carry objects, oh my God, they would evolve insanely quickly.
Which meant the only thing left at this point was to put that plan into action with a 10-second
Like the Rick and Morty episode.
build montage. Here are the basic elements. For starters, I've placed her favorite combo meal right here on this table. From sad experience.
I need to look up what is the IQ of a crow. Crows have the intelligence of that of a 7-year-old human child. Crows, ravens, and other corvids are the only non-primates capable of making tools. Crows are capable of abstract reasoning, complex problem solving, and group decision making. Wow. Wow.
I know when she enters this room, the first thing she'll be drawn to are the juicy nugs, but it will be impossible for her to access them because of this reverse birdcage that's meant to keep birds out. And the only way for this birdcage to autonomously unprotect the nugs is if she solves all 9 of our puzzles, starting first right here on this desk. Because this is where Cheryl will find a graduated cylinder with her favorite wooden ball that's too far down for her to reach directly
Water displacement, water displacement.
with her beak. So here's the question. If you're a crow, how would you solve this puzzle given all the materials you have at your disposal?
I'm just dropping a bunch of fucking rocks in that tube.
Well, if you said you would take the heavy rocks and you would add them one at a time to raise the water level, you'd be right. So Cheryl will have to come to the same conclusion in addition to not using any of the other decoy materials like the cork or the cotton balls that would just float uselessly on the surface. Once she adds enough rocks to get the ball, the water level will now be high enough
That's a lot of fucking rocks they gotta add.
to complete the electrical circuit with these 2 pieces of copper tape. That then sends a signal to an Arduino.
I love this video. I love this video.
No, this puzzle has been sufficiently solved, and after a few seconds time delay, a light automatically turns on, leading her to the next puzzle, aka the Scales of Justice.
Wait, now I need to compare the crow to my dog. Oh, golden retrievers are as smart as a 2-year-old. Bruh. So Daisy's a brick. She's not that dumb, bro. She's smart. She's smart. I feel, bro, nah, she's not that stupid.
We present her with a scale to see if she can figure out how to use it. Once again, there are objects on the table to choose from, and if she adds enough of them to one side, it will tip the scales, triggering this limit switch here, indicating the puzzle is solved, which will activate the lights on the Scooby-Doo portrait roulette. The goal for this puzzle is to assess their facial recognition
Oh my god, it's Mr. Beast. Oh my god, it's Mr. Beast.
capabilities. Because I remember seeing a study where researchers captured and tagged a set of crows wearing a specific mask, and then later released them. So after that, the crows would dive bomb and attack anyone wearing that mask. But even more interestingly, they were still doing it a decade later. Meaning if a crow doesn't like you for some reason, they will remember your face and pass that vendetta on for generations. In our case, we left a picture of me in Cheryl's home enclosure, and
Wait, through shared knowledge?
every time she pulled on the leather strap underneath the picture of my face, she would get a treat. So to see if she remembers my face, even in different clothes, we'll rotate through these portraits that include decoys like Kevin the Backyard Scientist, and some guy who made a cameo in my lemon battery video. And if she pulls on the leather strap and rings the bell associated with my face, the piezoelectric sensor on the back will sense the vibration, and some money will flutter down from this
Alright, how easy do you think the crow's gonna do this?
ceiling, at which point we once again rotate the Scooby-Doo portraits. Then once she's correctly picked me 3 times in a row, she can move on to the next puzzle called the cash grab. The idea here was to mimic the videos where people train crows to go out and retrieve money they find lying around and then exchange it for a treat. In our case, all the dollar bills have NFC chips.
Wait, you can train a crow to fucking get money? Oh my god, but that kind of prompts it to steal from people. Wow, crow's a good investment.
Chips on them, and the money collection box has an NFC reader near the opening. So if the reader registers all 3 dollar bills have been added, it tells that to a microcontroller that activates
But how will the crow just know this?
a servo motor that opens this door, revealing a tool. Now I'm off to
Wait, and he's gonna get actual children to do this. Bro, if the kids lose to the crow, that is so funny. There's gonna be like 3 of them in the room against one crow, and they all have fucking hands, and it's just gonna be doing it with its beak. I kind of hope the kids lose.
Cheryl has to grab that tool and bring it to the next puzzle, aka the fishing hole. The inspiration for this puzzle was from this fascinating video I saw where a crow took a piece of bread that would have been a fine meal on its own, but instead it used the bread as bait to lure a fish to upgrade to a much
What? Oh my god. They know how to fish? They know how to fish with bait, not even just grab it down on that shit. Oh my god, it just lured that motherfucker in. I knew crows were smart. I didn't know they knew how to do this.
And then in another video, I saw a crow use a stick as a tool to remove a tasty worm out of a hole. So here, Cheryl will first need to figure
Oh my god, now I kind of want to have a pet crow. And I want to teach him cool things.
out how to bend the end part of this tool into a hook shape, after which she has to stick it in here and fish out the cup. Now the whole container system here is supported by a strain gauge continuously measuring the weight of the system. So when it registers it's lighter by exactly 1 cup, the next puzzle.
Oh my God, I teach a crow. Hear me out, chat. I teach a crow how to scam people. Okay? Whether it be pickpocketing or other sorts of things. Like, even if it's like, say, hey, I teach it how to read numbers and input certain things in reverse, and then it sits at a window outside of a poker tournament. But most poker tournaments don't have windows. All right, this is a work in progress. I'm going to figure it out.
And this was a pretty straightforward cup stack challenge, and it's something we saw a lot of examples of online, including with Cheryl herself in her free play. The engineering here is pretty clever.
And they would never know it's you. They would just be like, oh, Crow's been stealing people's watches. But then I need to provide him some sort of protection from being shot down. So I'm going to encase him in an Iron Man-esque suit. But the backfiring problem is when he gets too smart and disobeys me, and then he kills me and starts a kind of a crow army, and then we have a Rise of the Planet of the Apes situation, but with crows. Yeah, Rise of the Crows. Yeah.
The electrical circuit gets closer and closer to being completed, and when she has the final cup
That's a good movie idea.
she retrieved from the fishing hole, it completes the circuit, lighting up an old classic throwback from the Squirrel Obstacle.
They have a 7-year-old's IQ. How many crows are in the world? 28 million. We outnumber. We're fine.
This is sort of designed as a reprieve and a little bit of a fun break for the final 2 puzzles. And lest you think crows don't like to have fun, I'll direct your attention to this crow repeatedly sledding down this roof, and this crow and his buddy swinging from this branch like Tarzan. Here, of course, when she sticks her head through the hole, allowing us to take her adorable picture, she's rewarded with an appetizer portion of a juicy nug to whet her palate and give her the strength to go the distance, which she'll need to face the penultimate challenge, aka the shipwreck. The idea behind this puzzle came from seeing crows coordinate their beaks and feet sort of like this.
And what's crazy is, just like there's a difference in intelligence between humans, there's a difference in intelligence between crows. And in that African gray parrot that knows how to, like, ask questions or some shit, like, there's certain types of crows or birds that are probably as smart as, like, a 10-year-old.
So Cheryl has to pull the cork off and then continue pulling up on the string, pinning it under her
Wow, there's a crow that's smarter than the Rizzler.
until she's pulled enough of the string for the ship to teeter backwards, triggering this tilt switch, sending the signal to activate the final challenge, the egg drop. The concept here came from probably the most incredible example of crow intelligence in the wild that I stumbled upon in my research, where in order to crack open an impossibly hard walnut, they would first drop the walnut into the street directly above the crosswalk. Then cars would drive by cracking the nut, at which point the crows would wait for the crosswalk to turn, then safely hop out to collect their delicious reward. So inside our egg, there's an IR emitter. But in order to access that, instead of teaming up with cars in a crosswalk, Cheryl will need to team up with our buddy Isaac Newton, harnessing the power of gravitational potential energy to break it open. Because if she manages to do that, after somehow solving all the other 8 puzzles as well, well then this IR emitter will trigger this IR sensor hidden at the base of the table, which will give the final signal to raise the bird cage, earning her the right to gorge on her well-deserved combo
Yeah, but you got them all boxed up. Then then the bird got to fucking break open the box.
meal for as long as she wants, without any fear of me chasing her off my porch. I should mention, by the way, this beautiful birdcage was custom built for me by my Mythbuster buddy Adam Savage, and he made a really cool build video for it over on his YouTube channel called
I didn't know Adam Savage still makes videos.
Tested. You should totally check out. So with the maze all set up, I just needed to lure Cheryl to the study, and I knew just the trick, at which point all I had to do was wait. And I didn't have to wait long. And I should mention, while I do have an affinity for testing species like crows, squirrels, and even octopi, my favorite species is humans. So I invited a few of them out to serve as a control group before Cheryl made her official attempt. Okay, to get the juicy
There's like a group of kids that just doesn't figure it out.
nugs, you gotta solve 9 puzzles in this room. Any questions? Go. And their problem-solving skills kicked in right away.
I see light.
They get stuck on the water displacement one. He just flips over the water into his hand and just goes. Takes the ball. Oh. Just dumps out the water onto the floor. Doesn't even do the displacement thing.
Nothing. Hold on, wait. Think like a crow.
To retrieve the wooden ball, they started by just trying to utilize all the various objects on the table.
So we got a cork, pom-pom balls, rocks.
And it was really cool to see them trying a bunch of different things, totally unafraid of failure.
We need to find one that's long enough so that it'll push the water in and then it'll rise up.
While learning a little more with each unsuccessful attempt.
Maybe we put the rocks in and make the water go up?
Oh yeah.
Until finally,
Use more rocks. More rocks.
they earned the eureka moment.
I got it.
Oh my god, they gotta put like 40 rocks in there.
At the second puzzle, they started to recognize some patterns and pick up some confidence and momentum. On puzzle 3, immediately demonstrating their own excellent facial recognition skills with perhaps my favorite line of this whole video.
Hey, I reckon it's Backyard Scientist, the guy who helped with the lemon guy, and Mark Rober.
The guy who helped with the lemon guy.
On this one, they couldn't reach the bell, so they tried
I'd be pissed if I was William Osmond.
a very novel approach that didn't quite work,
Just barely.
Couldn't we use this?
but it inspired a solution that did.
Oh, money!
Sort of.
Oh no.
How are we supposed to get for that? We're not.
Climb up on the fucking table. What the hell? I wouldn't have even used a tool. I would have just fucking stood up on this thing. I would have jumped up here.
Yeah.
Then some juicy nuts.
We gotta get out before Mark gets here.
Now back to Cheryl. Just as I suspected, the irresistible prize inside the birdcage caught her immediate attention. And I can't blame her for trying the brute force shortcut, which of course comes up short. And as she steps back and surveys the situation, you can tell.
Dude, their eyes look so human, though. Like, I know they're jet black, but, like, you know when you can tell the life in somebody's eyes? Like, they always say you could judge somebody by looking at their eyes, like, human or not. I feel like it's the same thing with other animals. Like, you can see if they have a glaze. Like, they look curious.
She knows this isn't going to be easy.
Yeah,
So
you
she
can see
starts
that
out
she's
with a
thinking.
lap around the room, which admittedly was not very informative. At which point she remembers she
Wow, she's actually trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to get in there.
has wings and starts checking things out from a higher vantage point. And you can almost see her trying to work things out as she recognized variations on a few elements.
Oh my god, and they give no training to this fucking bird. It's just gonna figure it out. It's just gonna figure it out, chat. This is like, that's the difference. It's like a dog, you teach a dog how to do a fucking trick. You just put this thing in a fucking escape room, and it's gonna figure it out.
And toys from her enclosure. Because we tried to model some of the
Oh, they did do training? Yeah, but I feel like this doesn't really count. Like this, they never even taught it how to do it. They just put this shit in front of it.
puzzles after them. But even still, ultimately she was left
I don't think that counts as, it's not direct training, right? It's like they just left a treat in a box and a little puzzle, and if it figured it out, which it did, it got the treat, right? And now they're just putting all those in the room. Why is a 30-year-old man watching somebody train a crow? I'm 22.
Kick things off by lighting up the first puzzle, which piqued her interest enough to investigate further, and that's what she noticed: her favorite wooden ball. And just as I'd hoped, she immediately tried to retrieve it, but came up just short. So the question
Wow, did they measure the crow's beak?
was, what would she do next? And this was the first moment I realized my Nugs might be in trouble. Because just like the kids, she surveyed all the items at her disposal on the table, but unlike the kids, she settled immediately on the right answer. And right as I was thinking she was going to smoke the kids
Wow.
in this competition, she recalibrated my expectations with a reminder that, anatomically speaking, she was still in fact working with the brain the size of a grape, as she dropped a rock into the cork dish. But then after realizing this wasn't quite right, she corrected herself by placing the rock into the empty beaker. After which, to her credit, she refocused her efforts. And it didn't take much
Yeah, why did they start doing that?
longer to get to this point, where she very cleverly used the bobbing action from the buoyancy force on the ball to save herself a few more rock drops. And with that, the sensor was tripped and puzzle number 2 was illuminated.